Hello, everybody. My name is Dan, and today we're going to be doing the most underrated informs team of the week one. Basically, what that is the inform that you look at and go, okay, this guy is going for hovering around discard value. He's probably just whatever. On to the next player. In a week where you have a Ronaldo, everybody's going to get overshadowed, but let's talk about this guy, Jonas. He goes in between 10 to 15k, which is extremely cheap considering his stats are as follows: 88 finishing, 90 ball control, 84 shot power, 84 long shots, 88 positioning, 87 curve, 83 header. Those are all 83 heading. I'm sorry, I said header. I don't know. Those are all his outstanding stats, meaning the ones that you look at and go, wow, that's good. Like that's just dark green and light green stats. What really stands out to me is his finishing in game. Now this is in game. What really stands out is his finishing. His traits are finesse shot and critical finisher, which are really good this year. He's got high medium work rates, which really cater to how you want to play him. Basically, you want to cross it in and just make sure to get his head on the ball. His 84 shot power, 84 long shots are definitely good. I would absolutely recommend trying to take shots from some distance with this guy. 88 positioning, he was always where I needed him to be. Most of the time is the way I would put it. Like I felt like he was definitely a good player in that he was in positions to make plays most of the time, which was good. It's kind of disappointing this year that he has 3-star skill moves. I think he deserves 4. I mean, just go to Foothead and see the outrage that people have. But yeah, this guy's definitely worth 4-star skill moves. I think he's good enough in real life to do that. But his 4-star weak foot, you really feel that as well, which is nice because he finishes pretty much everything inside the box. I had 3 goals in 2 games with this guy. 2 out of the 3 were headers, but I mean, any chance that he had inside the box was a goal, which was only 1 for me because, well, I've been pretty much running through people with Leonardo. I think that he's also an underrated player, but we'll get to him in a second. Yeah, Jonas, though, if you get inside the box with him, use a finesse shot. Inside the box finesse shots are OP as shit this year. And yeah, his 87 curve and 83 heading, you really feel the heading. His heading is awesome, and his 87 curve is great. But yeah, we'll talk about, he's worth it, I would say. He's in between 10 to 15k, which is not bad at all, and considering that he's a discard value inform, this guy is sick. I was lucky enough to pack him. I wouldn't have bought him, which gave me the inspiration for this series, because I was thinking, hey, I would never in a million years have thought, man, I'll spend I have 10 to 15k in the bank, I'll buy inform Jonas and add him to my Brazilian squad. But I use him, and I have to say he's absolutely worth it, and I'm glad I did pack him and didn't just sell him on because he's absolutely worth it. And when I first got him, I think it was yesterday, the 22nd, the day the game came out, and his price went down like 6 or 7k from 20 to around to like 12, 13 on average, but in between 10 and 15 always. So, I could have made a lot more if I sold him immediately, but he's worth what I got out of him, which was a solid finisher. Now we'll talk briefly about the rest of the players, and the way that this series will also go is that if I have anybody in a club that isn't budget, I'll give you guys a replacement for them. This week, Texeira is the only guy you can really get a replacement for. Just look up any other Brazilian cam with 80-plus dribbling and 3 to 4-star skill moves, and it'll work. Basically, just find a non-rare from Shakhtar because there's a lot of 4-star skill moves Brazilian cams from Shakhtar for some reason. As you'll see, Fred right there, he's got 3-star skill moves, but he's got high work rates, but he's got good dribbling, and his passing was pretty on point. I already had him in my club, so I figured what the hell, I'd give him a shot, and he fits very well into the squad. I feel like he does well. His high work rates can get a little annoying at times, but, it is what it is. Rafinha's a really balanced player. He's got 4-star skill moves, 85 dribbling, 76 passing, 76 pace are the stats that are really useful here because in open spaces he can really make some things happen, get some passes out to Leonardo and Diaz, which is extremely important because you just want to cross into Jonas, get him those early crosses. And then Texeira, I felt was a very good player. I felt like he's going to be a guy who's going to be very underrated this year. He's got high medium work rates, which cater very well to the play style of this team. He's got 88 pace, 86 dribbling, 76 shots, 76 passing. So if you get into open area with this guy, you can actually make a run and get a goal with him. You don't need to use your wingers or Jonas every time because Texeira is actually, in his own right, a very good player in that he, pretty much kills it. If you can use skill moves, he really gets around people well. I didn't score any goals with him, but that didn't mean I didn't get chances where I could have scored. He was solid, and I think that he's good in any squad. But yeah, if you would like to replace him, because he's going for, I think, 5k or like around 5k right now at the time of this video. It's hard to say right now what teams are costing because they're constantly changing prices. But for right now, he's around 5K. And then we have our defense, which is a really good part of this team. Wendell and Raphael have high medium work rates, which gets really freaking annoying at times. But I have to say, they've been where they needed to be every time that there was a counter against me. I only given up, I think, like 2 goals in the 3 games that I played, and I've gotten like 5. I think Leonardo tallied 1, and Rafinha got 1, and then Jonas got 3. So that was pretty solid. Manuel and Dede, medium-high work rates, which is perfect. And I have to say, Dede is 68 pace. He doesn't feel sluggish to the point where he's like unusable. Like last year, 68 pace was pretty much a bargain bin, bottom of the bucket, Division 10 through 7 kind of player. But this guy you can take all the way through. This guy's defense is absolutely locked down, and his pace you don't really feel it. Same for Manuel. They have really good work rates, and as you can see, he's got really good all-around stats. I actually like Manuel more than Dede, so if I had to choose one out of the 2 for like a squad that they both fit in because they have the same chemistry, I would actually pick Manuel, but together they work extremely well also. And then Victor, who gets the green link, and then you have that Brazilian triangle right there, which is really good. I have to say, the defenders and Victor all work really well together. Victor has only allowed 2 goals in 3 games, which is fantastic, I have to say, because if you can't win off of 2 goals in 3 games, which actually both of the goals that I allowed were in 2 different games, so I allowed 1 goal each game, which is good. If you average conceding 1 goal a game, you should be able to win that, because only 2 goals is not very hard to come by in this game if you have a decent team. And yeah, pretty much Victor and Manuel and Dede pretty much locked down, and on the end, Raphael and Wendell really didn't allow wingers to get far. And you might be saying, well, it's early in the year, you probably went up against a bunch of 50-something rated, 30, 40 chemistry teams, and that was not the case. I actually went up against both full gold sweat teams. One was Serie A, and one was BPL, of course. So, I mean, I went against teams that will win. I had a guy who had, like, Sterling, Sturridge, and who else did he have up front? Right wing. I can't remember his other right wing. Willian. He had Willian up front. So he had a good, solid front 3. And yeah. So another thing I've done to this squad to make it less budget but better playing, is that I switched out Diaz for Willian, because I just feel like Willian was really good, but most people aren't going to have the coins to buy Willian, Jonas, and all these guys. These teams are catered towards the average player, so the average player is going to have a guy like Diaz up there, whereas I put Willian. Willian is very good, obviously a lot better than Diaz, but Diaz, for his price, is unbeatable. I mean, he's just an unbeatable price for a guy who just does really well. 4-star skill, has good work rates, and just does what he's supposed to do. He does his job perfectly well, but Willian obviously does it better. But, if you have the coins, I would put Willian there. But that's really the only substitution I have that would cost more, because unless you want to put Neymar on the left wing, I think that everybody else is pretty much good in their place. This week I would give Jonas an 8 out of 10. I couldn't really justify giving him a 9 or 10, considering that he is a discard inform, so there's going to be a lot of people around his rating that do what he does just as well, if not better. But I will still give it to him and say that he is a very good player. The reason I don't have any gameplay is I don't have a game capture yet, and I didn't want to do some shitty stream on the PS4 and then record with fraps over that or something like that, because that's just stupid. So instead of just giving you crappy quality, I'd rather just wait until I get a game capture and give you guys really good quality all the way through the series, so it's not like, oh, this one sticks out like a sore thumb because it's shitty quality, and it's not worth it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll put the link in the description to this team on Foothead if you'd like to go on there and make a comment. If you'd like to follow my profile, like to thumbs it up, thumbs it down, give it a good constructive criticism, something like that. Please just don't be negative for the just for being negative, because that's not going to help anything. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching this. I will definitely make Team of the Week 2 either later today or tomorrow, depending on when the official release of the Team of the Week gets released and the full in-game stats go online, because I don't know how many of these guys I'm going to be able to buy, because, yeah, most of the time it's going to be an attacker or a midfielder. It's not usually ever going to be a defender or a keeper, because those guys are a lot harder to review, considering that they don't get nearly as much time on the ball. And, yeah, so thank you for watching, and Week 2 should be out soon. Look forward to that. And, yeah, talk to you guys later.